going on, everybody? Culturedog Sam Hatch back here as promised, ready to tear open the shrink wrap that's been sitting on this disc for nearly 20 years. Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn, the Elite Entertainment Blood Red widescreen special edition. Some new old stock. It's been in the Elite vaults and was sent to me courtesy of Mr. Vincent Boncalari. So thank you very much, Vinny, for selling this to me and giving up your last sealed copy. Super psyched to have this. I showed off the Evil Dead box set about last week and thought, you know, I really need the Blood Red edition. And it had eluded me for many years and tends to go for decent prices online. Sometimes you can get some deals on it. But I figured it was cool to get it from the man himself. And yeah, gotta love the Blood Red version. The story goes that some older helium neon Laserdisc players couldn't read the actual red disc, so they had this little disclaimer that if you can't actually watch it, they'll send you a silver one. And supposedly 1,000 of the red ones were pressed, and then later pressings were done on silver. But yeah, this is the first time it had been released in widescreen on home video. Before then, there was a Japanese Laserdisc and an American. And it was just, I believe it was open matte. So you might even be able to see some of the special effects, like kind of gaffs and all that stuff like that were meant to be matted. And so this was the first time you could see the theatrical aspect ratio. Very cool. This actually came out before the Evil Dead stuff. It says 97 on here. LDDB listed it as coming out in early 98, but it says 97 on the disc jacket. Some cool knowledge from Bruce Campbell, throwing some jabs at Freddy and Jason on there, but I'm sure they can take it. And I love that he has a cool warning. We'll let you know that chainsaws are for wood, not for demons. Thanks, Bruce. And some cool still artwork scattered throughout the back jacket. And this does have mono sound, no 5.1s around or anything like that. Supposedly the audio stems were not available for a remix. I'm not sure how true that is. I'd love to hear some more, behind the scenes about the making of it. It's just one disc, so two sides, and instead of making side 2 CAV, they decided to throw on about 30 minutes of behind the scenes stuff, or behind the screams, and a theatrical trailer. Hey, there's Vinny. What's up, man? And the cool thing about it is this was the first time you could hear the amazing commentary track. Oh yeah, it says 1976 on the first pressing. But the soundtrack, the commentary track's got Sam Raimi, Scott Spiegel, Greg Nicotero, and Bruce Campbell, and it's a total blast. And it's been issued on later home video releases, so you've probably heard that on DVD. But when this first came out, that was a major revelation to hear those guys just cracking wise and having a good time. So let's check out the disc itself. Oh, you can tell it's a Japanese disc because it's got the elephant condom. But yeah, it is pretty damn cool. I've seen some gold discs, and there's a possibly apocryphal story about a green Toxic Avenger disc I've never seen. But a red disc is pretty darn cool. So yeah, both sides are CLV. Mono sound, I know. Widescreen Review wasn't too big of a fan of it. I think they gave it a low rating, 1.5 or a 2 or something like that. But it's pretty cool. There's actually people that are looking to preserve that sound now that there are pretty much nothing but 5.1 mixes on most of the DVDs and Blu-rays out there. I think the original trilogy guys even put together a copy of the audio here so you could mix it into Blu-ray rip or something if you so choose. Oh yeah, there's also a little slip of paper in here. Apparently there was a bit of an audio problem on the digital tracks for the Behind the Screams section. So this just tells you if you want to hear it, drop on over to the analog audio track. But yeah, it was cool that so late in the LD game these releases came out. Evil Dead 2 followed by the two other Evil Deads, the 5.1 version and then the box set. This totally paved the way for the eventual DVDs that everyone's bought. And yes, I do have the original Anchor Bay. Well, not the original Anchor Bay, but the special edition that also came in the tin. And then, of course, the Book of the Dead version. And, of course, I've got it on Blu-ray. But how can you say no to that face? I mean, come on. That is some great stuff.